Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, Cam Lester really threw a big one on us on IGTV last night, I believe it was. And it's left everybody wondering, was Dramageddon that happened last year planned? And what's going to happen now that he's come out saying that he no longer supports Jeffree Star Cosmetics, Shane Dawson, and that he knew 3 months before Dramageddon went down that something bad was going to happen to James, and he felt too afraid to say anything. So that's a lot going on, and we're going to find out today because we look into the tea with the tarot. So if you want answers to those questions, keep watching. I like to tell everybody that I am both a licensed mental health professional as well as a spiritual intuitive. These videos are always meant to be helpful, not hateful. Please do not send hate to anybody. If you're down with that, please subscribe and join the family. And let's get into this. So, as we just said, Cam Lester, a really talented black boy in the beauty sphere, put up a 25-minute IGTV video about how he will no longer support Jeffree Star or Shane Dawson, how he felt like he was used as the token black boy in beauty, and how he felt like there were some inappropriate things going on behind the scenes and some things that were unsettling to him, and he knew something was going to happen 3 months before it did to James Charles with Dramageddon, and he didn't say anything, and he feels remorseful about that. So it's a lot going on, and we can look into the cards to see what they have to say. First, I want to just go ahead and let you know that down in the description box below are a couple of action links that are helpful for anybody who wants to support the Black Lives Matter movement. So I posted those in my last video. I'm posting them again in this video for anybody interested in those. Alrighty, now the cards. Let's look into this, shall we? Let's go ahead and get up in here. So the two questions that I think are coming up most on people's minds, like I said, are, was Dramageddon planned? Is this something that was some kind of a takedown that started with Jeffree Star, maybe even brought in Shane Dawson, maybe they even talked to Tati some way to start this? I don't know. Those are the questions that I'm hearing going around, and I'm hearing people question what's going to happen now. Is, you know, anything going to happen to Cam as a result of this? Is anything going to happen with Jeffree as a result of this? So we're going to look into all of that. Notice what that says down there. All alleged. This is all alleged, y'all. Just gonna say that right now. This is all alleged. And even Cam in his video last night said this is his truth, that it's just his truth, that he's not speaking for anybody else, and that other people will have different sides to the story, and he's just sharing his. So he made it very clear to distinguish that. So I want to throw that out there to help prevent there from being any hate towards people where there doesn't need to be any. So this is a fairly recent thing that's happened, so I don't even know how many videos are out about this just yet. It's 10 a.m. on Thursday, June 11th, right here, Eastern Standard Time. Oh, Lord help me. Okay, so let's look into this. Let's look into first the idea of, you know, Dramageddon organically happening on its own, or Dramageddon kind of being more planned. Let's just kind of look into the idea of that and see what, if anything, comes up about it. All right. Woo! We got some jumping cards. First card. First 2 cards, because they fell out on the floor, so I'm gonna use both of them. Sure enough, am gonna use both of them falling out on the floor. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Yeah. Some of these things I'm not surprised to see come up just yet. Ooh. Okay. Before I even get into this, I just want a few clarifiers for some context, because I'm already seeing some stuff. Yep. Oh, wow. So, yeah. This is already... Wow. 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 Okay. So, what we're seeing here, this is already getting into it. I know I got a mess here. What we're seeing here. So, we have the Empress card right here talking about somebody in this situation who was somebody that was gaining some power, somebody that was coming into a space of being able to really feel their own worth, somebody who has taken the time to plant some seeds and watch them grow in their life, metaphorically speaking. But this person started getting into some conflicts some type of way, some kind of conflicts surrounding this person. Yeah. I know I just keep pulling some things. Oh, whoo, okay. So, all right. This person I felt was James. Again, in the tarot, just because it's the Empress doesn't mean it has to be male. You know, males here don't have to be male in real life. Females here don't have to be female in real life, vice versa, yada, yada, yada. But this is James. And James started getting into some conflicts with some other people. These conflicts may or may not have been very public or even very spoken. People can have some internal feelings and internal conflicts and kind of hold that in and not say anything. And I'm not saying he did. I'm saying there was conflicts surrounding him. So whether they were his kind of internal feelings of conflict or whether they were somebody else's internal feelings of conflict, but there were some kind of internal feelings that somebody was like, I don't know how I feel about this person. I don't feel too good about it. This person's starting to aggravate me. This person's starting to, you know, get under my skin, and that was starting to come out. Actually, I do know exactly who this is referring to, because I just pulled on top of this the Chariot and the King of Cups. The Chariot is a Cancer card, like as in the zodiac sign Cancer. So is Shane Dawson. King of Cups. Cups is a water sign zodiac. King as in an older person, not a young, super youthful person. So Scorpio, this is Jeffree. So we already have Shane and Jeffree here. And again, all of this is alleged. I'm just reading the cards, y'all. I'm just reading the cards. We have Shane and Jeffree here already spoken for, that there was some kind of conflict going on around James. Apparently there was something about him brewing within themselves that they didn't like. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that they acted out on something or whatever in an unfair way. I don't know. We're still reading. But this is just what I see from this so far. So let me move all this crap over, trying to help y'all be able to see a little bit. So, what this stands for, the Three of Wands, this is kind of looking out, waiting for your ships to come in. Like, okay, I have set some intentions, I put some things out here, I'm waiting to see if whatever I put out is going to come in and come back to me and bear fruit. So what this is saying is, there was, allegedly, there was some sort of thing that Jeffree and Shane knew about that were kind of waiting and seeing how is this going to evolve. Where is this going to lead? What's going to happen with this? So there was some sort of kind of trying to figure that out and think through some stuff there. So I don't know that I would necessarily right now go so far as to say planning anything, but again, that some trouble was brewing, that they felt some kind of way about this person, and just waiting to see what's going to happen about that. So here we have the Temperance card, which is talking about being out of balance, about not operating in a way that's on your correct path, and a sense of bad timing. And on top of that, we get the Justice card in reverse. So what this says is that they didn't necessarily, from what I'm seeing so far, they did not necessarily have any detailed plans to take James down. From what the cards say, no like elaborate detailed plans to take James Charles down, but that something happened, and it just happened to be really bad timing for James, that something happened, and maybe this happening was him, doing the vitamins thing that upset Tati, that it could be that happened, and it was just bad timing, and it was just another thing to aggravate these two, just another thing to make them mad. Then when we get the Justice card in reverse, this is saying at this point something unfair began to happen. And sometimes the Justice card, I'm just going to say it, stands for the actual justice system, as in illegal, as in things started happening that would not hold up in court. What I'm getting from that is a lot of the allegations that were defamatory in nature against James Charles, without having the proof, substantive proof, I guess you could say, beyond a reasonable doubt type proof, evidence, that they didn't have enough of that for it to stand on. And so that is kind of like legally a weak argument, legally unfair and legally a weak argument. So that comes up. This is where things get kind of weird. Over here with the Queen of Swords, that's Tati, because Tati is an Aquarius, which is an air sign. Swords, this is Tati. So we're gonna get into this. Let me first pull back and say there were already some hard feelings going on before Tati ever got involved. Because here's Tati. We're not even there yet. We started here with Jeffree and Shane. We're not even here to Tati yet. So before we even get there, some things were already happening behind the scenes that were causing anxiety, even causing, I'll say it, paranoia in someone. And so that was already something that was brewing, that was getting ready to kick off. So some kind of anxiety and paranoia, or something that was already kind of going on behind the scenes. Here we have somebody that has a choice to make, and they feel like they're damned if they do, damned if they don't, in whatever choice that they make as it relates to this, because of some male figure that's kind of putting their thumb on things. So I don't know who this is. It could be someone we already spoke about. It could be someone different. But what I see is a situation where some guy, and this is a pretty powerful guy, this is a pretty controlling and domineering type personality, that some guy was putting their thumb on somebody, and this person felt like they had a choice to make, that they were damned if they do, damned if they don't. Insert Tati. Tati's clarifier was here, the home and family card. So she, in terms of what this says, it's saying that she was really upset about what she felt like was a betrayal from a friend with the whole vitamins thing. So that is true. When she says she felt upset about feeling betrayed by someone that she considered family and friends, she wasn't lying about that. However, the wands often represent career. So there is an element here, whether she admitted it or not, and I'm not sure, maybe you know, but whether she admitted it or not, there is an element that, like, you screwed over my career. Are you serious? Why would you do that? You know, this is something that pisses me off. This is something that humiliates me, and that's not okay. And that was kind of like the last straw for her. So there was a mix. You know, it was about emotions in terms of friend, family betrayal, but there was a career aspect to this that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Let me get a couple more clarifiers on this. Yeah, here we go again, because I was like, the decision to make, damned if you do, damned if you don't. And here we go again, a decision between two different ways. Let me see. A decision between two different ways. Okay, and the decision is to pop off at the mouth and go off with all the information we know, or stay low, lay low, stay quiet. So, so this is Cam. So this is Cam down here feeling like he's got some information to say about whether to spill everything that he knows or to lay low and be quiet. But there was some man, a controlling and domineering man, who had his thumb on him, not really letting him go there. And again, I don't know who that man is. I'm not gonna say. You can speculate if you want. But okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, I said why, in my head I'm like, okay, then why did he stay quiet? We have the Judgment card in reverse. He was afraid of the judgment that would come his way. He was afraid of getting torn apart for what he was going to, what he could do. And so he didn't want to say anything because he didn't want to get torn apart for anything. Let me pull some more on this, because this is kind of where we're going, that talks about, you know, whether something was naturally occurring or more so planned. Okay. Okay, so again, on Shane and Jeffree having some conflicting feelings about James, here we get some kind of messages, communication, some kind of messaging or communication that went bad. I don't know. There was some kind of messaging or communication that went bad there. About, this is the Lover's card. So messaging or communication that went bad about romantic relationships, because this is the Lover's card. Okay. And whoever had that information, so somebody has some sort of communications, so some sort of text messages, some sort of emails, some sort of, you know, tweets, DMs, written, something written. Somebody has something written somewhere about romantic relationships that they feel is damning and that they feel is bad behavior. And the High Priestess in reverse says that they don't have good intentions with this information. not good intentions with this information. Okay. Oops, something flipped. Okay, that flipped. Okay, hold on. Ooh. I'm sorry, I got a lot here. I'm going to tell you what all this means in a second. Okay, so yeah, they have all this information here. They don't have the best of intentions with it. Something did blow up in their face about it, where whatever they had, they felt like it wasn't worth it to have, because something didn't go as smoothly as they wanted it to, and that did apparently come out to the internet. That might be something I don't know about. Maybe y'all know about it. I'm not sure. Then this caused a rift in their like little family unit kind of thing, because they kind of operated like friends and family. This kind of created that type of a unit. And then you have somebody that felt like they were the victim when they weren't. So somebody here is feeling victimized when they're not actually a victim. And then whatever they had never came to fruition, and they're just sitting here kind of pissing and moaning that what they had didn't actually come true the way that they wanted it to come true. Interesting. Okay. So then as we go over to these, that Knight of Cups, okay, ooh, okay, wow. Okay, so the Knight of Cups here, and then the Devil card in reverse. So when they were kind of waiting to see what was going to happen, they were kind of waiting to see who else might come forward about this, who else might have any information to say, because at this point it was kind of like, you know, I feel like I've got some information, but who else has something that there is to say? I wonder what's gonna, you know, happen from here. The Devil card in reverse. Somebody here was kind of hoping something would happen. So again, I don't necessarily want to go so far as saying planned, but somebody was hoping something would happen. Like hoping for an opportunity to come up so that someone could get put in their place. So the way this reads to me is like I have information that makes me feel bothered about James, and I don't think I like him anymore, but I don't feel like I can outright say that. So I wonder if something is going to come up that can kind of put him in his place, and you know, I'll be happy to watch that play out and might be okay with jumping on that kind of a thing. So we're talking about like less on the premeditated to every detail type side and more on the fantasy thoughts about being opportunistic type side. Again, all alleged. So then we have basically over here a message that comes up to James that's kind of like, what do you say? How do you say? Like, don't give out too much of yourself. And also, this is kind of hard to, okay, how do I put this? Yeah, okay, it's like, don't give too much of yourself. What is out there isn't what it looks like. So there was an element to James thinking he had certain friendships and that they were closer and deeper than what he thought, and they weren't what they seemed. So they did in some ways lead him on a bit. Like in some ways they for a period of time, they were feeling some kind of way about him, but he didn't really understand the full extent of that for some time. But then something happened, and he did, because remember, the anxiety and the paranoia card. Something happened where he got an understanding that, hey, whoa, these people don't like me anymore. What's going on? I don't understand that. And he started getting really anxious and paranoid and sad and like, you know, the type of cry yourself to sleep type energy. Not saying he literally did that, but that type of energy. So, okay. So he even knew, James even knew that there was something off. There was some kind of bad blood, like in some way, even if it was just a spidey sense and he didn't even have details, he even knew in some way. Then yeah, it says here, Tati decided, you know, I'm going to stand up for something. I feel like I need to bring the truth to a situation. This is someone who actually does feel like her cards are coming on upright right now. These cards up here on these two gentlemen are coming out in reverse, kind of talking about less than pure intentions. The cards on Tati are coming out upright, so though there is some selfish energy about being mad that this could hurt her businesses and career, more than just her hurt about losing a family friend kind of thing, still these are in the upright position, which are more pure than these right here. So she was actually just wanting to bring truth to a situation, is what it says here. And what she wanted to happen is not what happened. So she never even wanted this to go down this way. So she had a breach in judgment where she didn't want it to go down this way, but that's how it went down. It's not what she wanted. And then when she realized that, she was like, crap, I'm out of alignment. I'm not where I need to be. I have to, you know, figure this out. I have to, you know, correct this because this isn't what I wanted. The World card is upright. So that means she wanted to end it. This is a closed loop, a closed cycle right here. She wanted to end what all was going down. So she wanted to end it. But this card here is sometimes referred to as a watched pot never boils, because look at him staring at this, waiting, staring and waiting. So the people over here were okay with things dragging on, in that they wanted to see how far it could go. She was like, crap, I opened up something and this isn't what I wanted from it, and whoa, this is going farther than I ever intended. Close that loop, close it, cancel, and so she wasn't feeling good about it. And again, this is all alleged. This is what I'm just seeing from the cards. So yeah, the Hermit card in reverse is an isolation card. She kind of felt like she needed to pull back and isolate, walking away from fighting, leaving a fight. And then the Two of Pentacles, not wanting to juggle this anymore. Like, here, I'll take this that I have and I want to give it back to you. I don't even want it. Like, so there was some kind of a thing where she's like, listen, I gained something, I don't even want it, let me give it back. I'm not sure what that means, but you may, I don't know. And so ultimately she came out better in this than they did. And I know that sounds weird because Tati's been taking a hit and they've been very successful. But if we're talking about this, you know, tarot cards are spiritual in a sense, she came out more spiritually clean, karmically clean than they did. So they have debts to pay. She doesn't in this situation, in this way. Not as much as they do, at least. Okay, I've been going a long time on this question, and I think that this basically kind of answers what was going on there. If you have, I have another question I want to ask the cards. Who knows, we may end up doing additional videos on this subject because it's just so loaded. But the other question that I did want to look into is what's going to happen now? Like, Cam really opened a bag of worms. A can of worms? Wow, okay, you know. He opened a bag of worms here, and and so people are like, what's going on? You know, what's going to happen to him? He said that he was afraid to say things. You know, people are probably like, oh, is he going to get a lot of, you know, people lashing out at him, a lot of pushback, or is he going to be celebrated for this? What's going to happen to him? What's going to happen to Jeffree, to Shane, to Tati, to James Charles? Like, there's a lot of people in this, and what's going to happen. So let's see if we can look into the kinds of things that may come up as a result of this. Whew, that is a hell of a card to start out with. All right. All right. Oh. Okay. Okay. Some of these cards we've seen in the previous reading. Let me pull some clarifiers for some additional context over here. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Wow. Wow. Okay. Let me get a couple more on these, then we will talk about what we see here. Okay. All right, let me go ahead and start talking about what we see here, and we'll pull any extra context if we need any extra context, but let me just go ahead and get started with what we've got. So, what I've got here, when I see the Hierophant in reverse, that means that there's someone in this situation, and I swear I'm not being a smartass here. I'm like, literally, I mean this. And in fact, this came up in my previous reading that I did with my twin sister, and we said the same thing in that video, so do not kill the messenger here. But there is someone in this situation that kind of fancies themselves as invincible, godlike. And this, because we have all three male cards here, this is a male. So there's somebody in here who fancies themselves as invincible and godlike, and they are not invincible and not godlike. It is potentially likely that, well, it's not likely. This person's freaking out on the inside in their mind. Now, whether they're freaking out from fear or freaking out from angry rumination or freaking out for whatever other reason, there's a lot of like, you know, going on in their minds. A lot of like wheels turning. What do I do? What do I say? I'm going to say something. I got to do something. I got to fix this. I got to blah, 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 blah. So it's somebody that's just, oh, you okay, Izzy? She drank some water and snorting it up. I guess she choked herself out. Hey Izzy, we see you. You're very cute. You're very cute. Bless you. Okay, so his energy, his mental energy is going like crazy. Hamster in a wheel, fast as ever. This card, let me see. Yep, that's what I thought. I was like, it doesn't feel right that it came out, so let me flip, and then it went into reverse. So here we have the Magician card in reverse. When you get the Magician card in reverse, this is somebody saying, and again, don't kill the messenger, this is all alleged. This is someone saying, how can I manipulate this to be the way that I need it to be? Like, this is someone who is a master manipulator. They can make things look however they want to. They're really talented at that. What do I need to do? This is damage control. What do I need to do damage control here? What do I need to do to put this situation back in my favor? So they're thinking. This person's not acting right now. This person is thinking. The problem here, we have the Heartbreak card upright. So the problem here is what they try isn't going to work as well as they hoped. Now, what I'm saying by that is not everybody will think it doesn't work well. There will be people that buy into this. There will be people that are like, yeah, let's defend this person. What, you know, there will be that, you know. I'm not saying that that's not going to happen. However, what I'm going to say is there are people that up to this point have been okay with this person and like this person and are going to turn away, are going to be like, you know what, this is the last straw that broke the camel's back for me, I'm out. And that's going to happen in a big enough way that it makes a noticeable impact on this person. So there is going to be a shift in that way. Let me get some more on that. Yeah, a shift in that way till this, you know, I think of God type in individual feels like they have to, and again, all these cards are he's, I'm saying it, so it feels like he has to protect what's his. Like, no, I've got to fight for what's mine. I've got to protect what's mine. I got to set the record straight. I got to, you know, give my side. I got to, you know, that kind of a thing. There's that feeling from that individual. However, this individual is going to kind of ghost out for as long as they can. So, you know how some people will answer things right away and some people are like, you know, kind of silent for a minute. That's what we're seeing right here. Here we go again with that card. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, so several things here. One, this is a kind of like, how dare you bite the hand that feeds? I give everybody everything and then they come after me, you know, what gives? Then we have the Death card upright. The Death card is twofold here. One, the Death card is often a Scorpio. And we know who's a male Scorpio that may fit this description. We talked about him earlier. It's possible that this could be Jeffree Star. But the Death card is also about, like, I'm putting an end to this. I am putting an end to this. You know, this situation needs to be over. You know, I'm going to let this situation die, kind of thing. So there is some of that. But with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and the Page of Cups in reverse, wow. Yeah. This is kind of a situation saying that whatever he tries, he will lose out in some ways. That he will go about this in a less than emotionally mature way, so somewhat of an emotionally immature way. He will lose out on this, like in a tangible sense. He might lose some money, he might lose some supporters. So in a tangible sense, he will lose out in some way. And the Fool card upright is kind of like, you know, fuck it, what do I have to lose? I'm gonna jump off this cliff and see where it leads, you know, that kind of energy. The Moon card in reverse suggests that secrets will be exposed. So there's going to be some things that people haven't yet really talked about that he is going to want to bring to light. So there's going to be some stuff that that comes out. Now, whether it comes out obviously from him or it just, you know, somehow appears some way else through someone else, it's still on his pile. So if information comes out in all of this and it somehow doesn't come out from him, I would still be wondering where that information comes from and who was wanting that information out there. So that is a part of this. And here again, we have the, if you try to put information out there, if you try, like again, if you try to put information out there that shouldn't be out there, you will find that it wasn't worth it to do so. So, just as an advice card, if God forbid he were to ever watch this, which he won't, and God forbid if he were ever to want to listen to this, which he probably won't, it wouldn't be worth it to release that information. That would be a bad move. This Page of Swords in reverse card can also sometimes symbolize somebody kind of spying on somebody else, like really hawk-eyeing their every move and watching. So there might be some form of that going on, which is interesting. Ooh, here we got a lawyer. Now we got a lawyer involved. Isn't that how our stuff always kind of be like, you know, we get that sometimes? Because now we have a lawyer involved. Now, great. We have a lawyer involved and we have greed involved. So, and let me see, upright or not, because this makes or breaks it. Upright or not. Ooh, not upright. This ain't over. This ain't over. So, the situation that we're seeing right now, all of this is going to be what's happening, and it's not over. It's going to draw out for a while. It's going to drag out for a while. We're going to see some people who get hurt emotionally from what's about to go down. We're going to see some people make moves that bring public judgment onto them, where they make moves and the public does not accept that very well. We are going to see that as it relates to, remember here again, this was our James Charles card in our previous section. As it relates to James Charles, I see the Lovers in upright and the Ten of Pentacles upright, which means he is kind of protected in this. So he has like some kind of contractual stuff in place, and some kind of support or money or something. He has some kind of something in place that kind of protects him in this. So I guess that's positive for him. Let me get a few clarifiers on these. I know I've been talking for a long time. I'll shut up after I get a few more clarifiers on this. Down here, and then I'll shut up. Ooh, really? Really? Okay. So, in terms of some sort of career, somebody's career that's, okay, somebody who is involved in this situation, and there are a lot of names that we've mentioned who's been involved in this situation. The names that we've mentioned have been Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, Cam Lester, James Charles, Tati Westbrook. Somebody, you know, involved in here is going to leave some aspect of their career. I don't know if it's a business, I don't know if it's YouTube, I don't know if it's Twitter, Instagram, whatever. There's some form of career or business that somebody is going to walk away from as a result of this situation. Somebody's going to walk away from something as a result of this. I'm getting that it is a masculine energy. Again, that could be a female with more of a forward-moving masculine energy, or it could be a man in general. But it's an ambitious type guy. If it's a guy, it's an ambitious type woman. If it's a woman, but that kind of energy. I feel that ambitious person is going to walk away from something career-related and try to start something new. Okay. And something about this is related to that. Ooh. And this person is going to do that because they feel like there's too much dishonesty. They don't have any trust anymore. They don't have, they can't depend on people anymore. They've been stabbed in the back. So somebody is going to leave a platform that has some kind of involvement with career because they feel stabbed in the back and they feel like, I can't trust this, that nobody's honest here. I don't want this. So that is coming up. Yeah, they don't want to juggle all of these things anymore. And then we have a Queen of Wands in reverse. Interestingly enough, in my Tati video, which was not the one before this, but the one before that. In my Tati video, it had right here, literally on this stack, it had that she was going to leave something related to career things. That she was going to walk away permanently from some angle, some aspect of career or business or whatever. And it didn't specify. And then now we're getting it again. And again, the King of Wands energy, someone ambitious that has that kind of masculine drive. Queen of Wands imagery. This is another wand, so another career move, another like forward ambitious person. This time we have female, so we have a king and queen, both feminine aspects and masculine aspects, in an ambitious way, both wands energy relating to career. This could be reiterating about Tati, just like in my last video. It could be reiterating her. Now, that being said, somebody else involved with this could be separating themselves from some sort of career aspect as well. It may not be just her, but this is coming up, so it's something to note. Here we get the Nine of Pentacles, and we get this woman, and this is the kind of, you know, if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it type of woman that's like, oh, I got it all together, I've got this, you know, whatever, I'm good. Like, this is somebody who can make her own money, who, and again, when I'm saying her, I'm speaking to her on the card. If this is, if this stack is referring to a male, then this applies. But this person is someone that's like, I don't need this certain aspect of my career. It's okay if I separate from this certain aspect of my career, because I will be fine without it. I will be set without it. I don't need it. That's something that's coming up. Yeah, I'm tired of the anxiety. I'm tired of not being able to sleep at night over this. I'm tired of feeling paranoid. I'm tired of being stabbed in the back. This isn't fair. I don't want it anymore. I don't want to be a part of anything illegal, and I don't want to be a part of anything unfair and unjust. And I want to find a silver lining in this. So I want to leave. Because I'm stronger than this, and I'm taking my strength to separate and get out. Yep. This platform has beaten me up too far. I don't want to be, you know, beat up from this aspect anymore. So this is someone who's had it. I'm sick and tired. I've had it up to here, and I'm done. Like, yeah, with that. Then we have over here somebody that feels like they haven't planned everything out very well. They're not fully in alignment. They are having hard times at home with home and family, suffering with home and family issues as well for this person over here. This is someone else, someone who is having a hard time at home as it relates to relationships, and trying to start something new with that. Yeah, they're trying to really get back into home and family life, because that's what's most important. Yeah, my feelings are hurt. I'm tired and over with all of that. Just wanna be able to get onto that. This is somebody that wants that home and life and family and nurturing energy, like someone that's like, I really need that. I need home life. I need nurturing and energy. I need family. You know, that's what I want. That's my priority. And over here, somebody is trying to start something new, and it's not going to go well for them. And yep, here again, I'm like, it's not going to go well for them because they're trying to start something new, but it's in reverse. Then we get the wish card in reverse, which is saying I'm not getting what I want out of this. And again, we have that same guy that used to be on this pile in our last reading. So the same man who has a dominating and controlling type energy. He's going to try to start something new after all of this, and he's not going to get what he wants out of this. And so there's going to be some problems with that. Ooh. Okay. If this person ends up being Jeffree, that has a hard time starting new things and things don't go as well as he hoped or as he had planned. And then if this Chariot card stands for Shane Dawson, just like it did when it was over here in the reading before that, when you put this card on top of it, and then let me shuffle, okay, it came upside down, came upside down, came upside down, keeps coming upside down every time I toss it. If we get these two cards on top of that, that means that Shane is going to have kind of an internal awakening moment where he's like, this isn't what I thought it was, everything isn't as it seems, this isn't what I thought was going to happen, this isn't what I felt like I signed up for, I'm not down with this. And he kind of breaks off something that has both a career and home, family, friend vibe. So something in his life that is both in the career arena for him and the home, family, friends arena for him. There's something that covers both grounds for him that he's like, I've opened my eyes up to this and I don't want that anymore. I'm not feeling that anymore. So it's possible that Shane and Jeffree's friendship might start being a little strained from this in the future. And if their friendship doesn't get strained, then there's certainly something that Jeffree experiences that he has a hard time moving forward from, and he's not bouncing back as quickly or as fully as he'd hoped. And even Shane will have something that he's going through that he's like, I'm not into this anymore, this isn't what I thought it was. So we got a lot going on in both of these readings, a lot. We'll see how this plays out. If we have to do any future videos on it, we can. Of course, all of this is alleged, once again, let me say. And if you want a private reading from me, I absolutely love to do those. Just email me, you see right here, beestalksandtarot@gmail.com to book a private reading. I'd be happy to do that with you. And I have a hard time, because I'm such a small channel, getting out there and people seeing this content, which I know would interest them. So if you wouldn't mind sharing the video to people that you think would find this interesting, sharing it on your Twitter, you know, whatever, that would be very helpful to me. If you're okay with doing that, I would appreciate it. Again, please check the links in the description below for Black Lives Matter and how you can support equality and equity in our communities. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I reckon that we can see you back on the next one. So don't be a stranger, please do come back and see me. And I reckon I'll talk at you later. All right, bye y'all.